Okay, so yes, we are going to talk about what it takes to purchase a home today. All right, we're going to skim across the surface on details. Okay, I'm going to give you enough to know what to expect when that day comes for you. There is more than what I am presenting to you, like property tax, there's inspections that happen, there's lots of things that happen when it goes to buying a house. But we're going to focus mostly on like mortgages and repayment and all that goodness. Okay, so when you buy a house, just like our other things, like our refrigerator, those big purchases, you're going to put a down payment on the house. It's usually between 10 and 30% of the selling price of the house. Okay, the mortgage is what you still owe. So that's what you're going to get loan from a bank, okay, or a credit union or whatever. Okay, so you typically put down between 10 and 30% of the cost of the house. Just like yesterday, our finance charge, we didn't finance everything, right? Because you took away what you already gave them and you financed the rest. That is essentially what a mortgage is. A mortgage is going to be the selling price minus your down payment. Okay, so your mortgage equals your selling price minus your down payment.
What was the second part?
This mortgage. Okay, so let's say there's a house, $240,000 that you're going to be able to get. Okay, you have a down payment of 25%. What is that much? How much money is that? How did you get $60,000? Good. 0.25, because that's the rate, times our 240,000, and we get $60,000. Okay, that's how much money you are putting down. And yes, this is money you actually have. This is not a credit card. This is money that you actually have in your bank account. Okay.
So when you put a house on a credit card,
you can't.
So how does it take?
Because a credit card is loaned money, right? That's not your money. So when you do a down payment on a house, it has to be like money you actually have. Money that is in your bank statement.
So how are they able to take? Isn't that a thing? Like banks can take your house.
We're gonna get into that. Yes. Yep. All right. So now to find the mortgage, so the money we're actually going to borrow, we're going to take our 240,000, subtract 60,000. We're going to have a mortgage of $180,000. That's how much you're actually going to borrow from the bank to purchase your home. So the mortgage is the loan that you're getting. Okay. Now, that's not all you pay. There's things called closing costs. These are other expenses that you are responsible for before they hand you the keys. Okay? So closing costs usually come from the bank. It's fees for like processing the loan or looking up your credit report. Whatever the bank wants to charge you, they pretty much can. Okay? So they're going to charge you some fees. They also are going to be a loan organization fee. Okay? So for organizing it all for you, this fee is usually expressed in points. So a point is a percent. So if they charge you 3 points, that's 3% of your mortgage. Okay, so of the money you're borrowing. Yep, points. So you have your down payment, and then you also have closing costs. Again, this is all what you pay up front before you're able to receive your loan and the keys to your house. Exactly, yes. Expensive keys. Okay, so here's an example. So let's say you purchase a home. You've done your down payment. Okay. The loan is for $180,000. The bank is going to charge you a fee of 1.5 points. So to find the charge for points, we're going to multiply that loan by 1.5%. Okay. So we're going to take 1.5% is 0.015 of our 180. We owe the bank $2,700 for giving us money. So you're asking for a loan because you don't have the money, but you got to pay the money to get the money that you don't have. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so the 1.5 points is 1.5% of the mortgage. So in addition to my down payment, I have to also give the bank $2,700. Okay? We're going to do an example with everything. With down payment, with the mortgage, what the bank's charging me. We're going to figure it all out. How much money in total would I have to be ready to give to my realtor, give to the bank in order for me to get my expensive keys? Here we go. So we have a home as a price of $392,000. We're going to do a down payment of 20%. The bank is charging us $450 in fees plus 2.5 points. Find the total down payment and the closing costs. Okay, so first off, my down payment, we got to find 20% of the $392,000. Okay, so multiply that by 0.2. We made a down payment of $78,400. Okay, so we gave that for the our realtor, the real estate agent or whatever, whoever is actually selling the house gets that. Nope, there's more. So that means you have a mortgage. Take that out of your selling price of $313,600. I'll let you know. We ain't there yet. Okay, it'll be all the way at the bottom. Yep. Okay, so they're going to charge me 2.5 points of the mortgage, which is $313,600. So remember, 2.5 points is 2.5%. So take 313,600 and multiply it by 0.025, which is 7,840. So to find everything, how much are we going to give to the person selling the house as a down payment? $78,400, right? That's your down payment. What are we giving the bank to get the loan? And the $450 in their fees. So out of pocket, because the bank is charging you $450 to, I don't know, breathe in their building. I don't know, because they can. Okay? So the total down payment and all of your closing costs together, what you have to bring to the table, is $86,690. As someone who just purchased a house, I can tell you, like, that isn't far from the truth. There's a lot of money you have to have saved and be ready to hand over. I mean, it also depends on your down payment. So it's hard to do, but the more you can give up front, right, the less it's going to be financed. But not everyone can do that. A lot of people just do like the 10%. Yes.
Do you have to have a credit card to buy it?
A credit card? Not a credit card, but you need like some kind of credit.
Yeah, not a credit card, but yeah.
But like credit, yeah, credit in general. You can build credit from credit cards. You can build credit from, no, Credit Karma keeps track of your credit. You don't build credit. Sometimes there's magazines. There's magazines where you can buy things and then like pay them off in payments. Like I remember when I started, they had one of those magazines because I had no credit, and I think I bought a pair of shoes, like running shoes, and I paid it off in 3 payments. Like it was just random things like that. But that was a way. Now the APR was ridiculous, So like I ended up paying way more than they were worth, but that was a way I was able to build up credit in the beginning.
So what about like, okay, what if I save like $300,000 in cash, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to buy a house. Can I buy a house?
With cash, yes. So, but there is a legal way to do it. Like you have to like feed it through a bank or something. I don't know details. There has to be some kind of trace of them receiving the money and the money coming from you.
Yeah, so basically,
So there is a way to do it.
you have to like really have a bank and all that.
Like I said, I don't know details, but it is possible. Yeah, you can outright buy a house. If you have it, you can do it. You don't have to mortgage. Yes. Yes. All right, we're going to do another one. All right, you and your table friends, if you have them. Okay? You have a house, your friend just left you high and dry. All right. So we have $410,000. I know your paper's missing a zero. It's not $41,000. That would be a car. This is $410,000. We're going to do a down payment of 25% to find out what that is. Okay. Then find what the mortgage is going to be. So take it out of your total. The bank is going to charge $375 in fees plus 1.75 points. Okay, so find your down payment and the closing cost. All right, so your down payment ended up being $102,000, $102,500. Okay, your mortgage, you take that out of your selling price. So your mortgage, what you're borrowing from the bank, is $307,500. Okay. The points means they're charging you 1.75% of the mortgage to borrow it. So they're going to charge you an additional $5,381.25. Okay? So your down payment and your closing cost all come together with the $375 processing fee from the bank. You're going to pay a total of $108,256.25. Okay? So, what happens after all of this? You have your mortgage. What happens if you can't pay your mortgage payments? What is that called? It is a foreclosure. Good. Yes. If you are unable to make your payments, you get foreclosed on, meaning the bank owns your home. Okay? Because essentially it is the bank's money, right? So if you're not paying them back, it is the bank's house. And then they have the right to sell it. Okay, so they are going to get their money from someone. If it's not you, they're going to find somebody else. Okay, because it is their money that's being used to purchase the home.
Does that mean you lose down payment?
Yep. You don't. Yeah, you lose everything.
You lose everything.
You get nothing.
So you lose all your money.
Yep. You lose all your money. So they'll sell it for like what's left. Sometimes less.
So you build your own house, but they still want to pay store? So like if you got like
If you own the house,
yeah, so
if
like,
you
like you build it like from the ground up, like you buy your own land and everything.
if you have a loan from the bank, then it's the bank's money. But if you're not borrowing any money, if it's all you, then you don't have a mortgage.
You gotta pay it.
A mortgage is only what you're paying back to the bank for what you're borrowing.
What about if you want to sell?
That's a whole different ballgame.
Don't you have to pay it off before you
Nope.
sell the house?
So,
Yeah, you do. I think.
so we have two different. What was your question?
Don't you have to like pay off the mortgage before you sell the house?
I mean, that's part of the selling process. So the people who are buying it from you, like you sell it for what your house is worth. You pay off what's left, and then you get to keep the extra. If that makes sense. Which people usually use as a down payment to their next house. Is what usually happens when you sell. Okay, there are two different kinds of mortgages. Okay, the first kind of mortgage you can get is an adjustable rate mortgage. This is good and bad. It's going to go with the trend of the rates happening in the housing market. So if the rates are going down, your mortgage payment is going to go down. But if the rates are going up because the economy is not doing so hot, okay, then your mortgage is also going to go up. Okay, adjustable rate mortgages is called ARMs. Okay, so your mortgage payment goes with the trend of the rates happening in the market. Okay, and the rates change daily. Like they're changing all the time. When you go to buy a house, you have to like lock in a rate, and you can only lock it in for so many days before they have to recalculate it. All right. Our next kind of mortgage, hold on, people are still writing. I'll give you a second. Our next kind of mortgage is called a fixed rate mortgage or a conventional mortgage. Okay, this is when you agree on a percent and that is your percent. That is your rate for the entire life of the loan. Okay, for the 15, 30 years that you are promising to pay this back in, that is your rate no matter what. So a term of a mortgage can vary. It usually happens between 15, 20, 25, and 30 years. So the monthly payment on a mortgage, it's called the mortgage payment. All right, and the amount of the mortgage payment depends on the amount of the mortgage, the interest rate, and the term. Like the term of the loan, the life of the loan. Okay, so this payment is calculated by using the payment formula for an APR loan. And that formula is M equals P times your rate times 1 point r raised to the n over 1 plus r raised to the n minus 1. So the m represents the monthly payment, okay? Our p in this equation represents the principal amount, which is like how much of the mortgage are you borrowing, okay? And then the r is your interest rate. It's per payments per year. So it's typically a monthly payment. They're going to give us a yearly rate, so we got to divide it by 12. And then N is the number of total payments throughout the entire loan. So if it's a 5-year loan, I'm doing monthly payments. 12 times 5 is 60. Okay, so N is the number of total payments throughout the entire loan. Our first example, we have Allison purchasing a condo. She secures a loan of $134,000 for 30 years at an annual interest rate of 6.5%. Okay, find the monthly mortgage payment. So again, that rate was for the year. So if I'm making monthly payments, I'm going to divide that rate by 12, and I'm going to have a monthly rate of 0.0054167. Okay, that's what we're going to use for our monthly rate. We do not round. We are going to keep our decimals as true as we can be. So in this case, our our principal is going to be $134,000 multiplied by our rate, so 0.0054167 times 1 plus that rate, so it's going to be 1.0054167 raised to the power of n. Now remember, we said n was how many total payments we're making, okay? So if we're making, let's see, 30 years, 12 payments each year, my n is going to be 360. So we're going to raise this to the power of 360. Okay, and we're going to divide all of this by 1 plus my r, so 1.0054167 raised to the power of 360 minus 1. All right, when we simplify, we're going to get a monthly payment of $846.97. Okay, so this is the bill that comes to your house every single month to pay for your mortgage for 30 years. Okay, so if I continue to pay this every single month for 30 years, we're going to multiply that by 360, and we are going to end up over the life of the loan, pay back the bank $304,909.20. Okay, so remember, I only took out $134,000 for the condo. So if I subtract that out of it, over my 30 years, I paid $170,909.20 in pure interest back to my bank. Okay, we talked about this. The longer you wait to pay things back, the higher the interest is going to build up. I mean, we could have bought a whole other condo for that much money. Okay. Here's another one. Suppose Antonio purchases the home and secures a loan of $223,000 for 25 years at an annual interest rate of 7%. Find the monthly mortgage payment. All right, so remember that 7% is for the year, so we got to divide it by 12 first. When we divide it by 12, we get 0.0058333333 repeating. Okay, our end this time, so my loan's happening over 25 years. So 25 years of making 12 payments each year, we're going to have an end value of 300 this time. Okay, so our monthly payment's going to equal the mortgage that we're using from the bank times our rate, 0.00583333, times 1 plus that rate, so 1.00583333, raised to the power of 300. And we're going to divide all of this by 1 plus my rate, so 1.00583333, raised to the power of 300 minus 1. So pause the video and try to figure that out on your own and come back and see if you got your monthly payment correct. So go ahead and pause. All right, you should have gotten a monthly payment of $1,576.12. Okay, so if that's my monthly payment, what's my total of all my payments over the life of the loan? Remember, the life of my loan was 300 equal payments. So I'm going to do 300 times the $1,576.12, and we're going to get a total of $472,836. So that means over my 25 years, if I take my mortgage out of what I ended up paying, you actually ended up paying $249,836 in interest alone. All right, so we are going to practice this tomorrow in class together. Let me know if you have any questions.